Sit back and get ready to enjoy a live show. Comment any questions, see what's up in our world of epic, and hear what we have in store. Welcome to Monster Monday. Hey everybody, welcome to Monster Monday. One thing I forgot to tell you, Misty, was I only broadcasted this on our Mile Monsters page and the new YouTube channel. So we're going to do it a little bit different and only put it on. So that way when people comment, everybody sees it, because having that, I renamed the other channel, Monsters and Heroes. It was just too confusing for people. And so I got to go into that. But if people are wondering why I'm only in one spot, I put a little post up so they can find it. So it should be good. But hello, everybody. It is April 15th, tax day. So hopefully you got your taxes sent in and you're only kind of pissed off at the world, but or you're really happy. But most of the time, if people wait until today, they're not getting a refund. If they wait until the 15th, it's because the checkbook was out and they had to send it in. So I was one of those people that had to send some money in. So and I want to wait until the last minute, but Mrs. Responsible, who's in the other room, she made me send it in on Friday. So we were a little ahead. Otherwise, I would have sent it in today after the show. I would have went to the post office because I want to give it to them the last possible minute is when I want to hand it to them. But that's all good. But it's Monday. I'm home. Last week I was on the road. Next week I will be on the road. So it feels good to be at home and have things that work and, have a computer in front of me, that kind of thing, and not have to go with the phone and struggle to hear and all that good stuff. But I can hardly wait to get started because I really want to know how your weekend was and, more importantly, how your morning was.
Weekend was awesome. We finally got the bikes out. We always wait until the salt gets off the roads and all that. So finally got my bike out this weekend and got to go for a ride. It felt really good.
That had to feel good.
It was awesome. Yeah.
And
it's been a while. So.
Yeah, that first ride of the year is so exciting. It's like a little kid at Christmas.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Good. I'm happy you guys got them out.
Yeah, so I'm going to start rolling with that. This morning I was on my way to work, half asleep, and forgot I was in the 45 mile an hour. And well, I started to slow down, but anyway, I was doing a little over 70, I think, when he clocked me. But yeah, told me, he's like, you are going way too fast. But yeah, I didn't get a ticket. So
you didn't?
Nope.
Awesome.
I know. So it's my day.
Nice job. Did you watch my review on how to deal with the police?
I didn't.
Oh, you're gonna have to watch my review on that.
I will.
I did that last year. It's on the YouTube channel. I think I uploaded it to the new YouTube channel, and I get all kinds of comments on there. People comment that it helped them or whatever, and even Popo comment on it. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, So it's kind of funny. But
look at that.
If you can do 70 in a 45 and not get a ticket, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
You're talking to them in the right fashion and not causing too many problems, because usually that doesn't get you any breaks,
No.
So that's all good. Let's see. Somebody said nice job. Oops, I think somebody was running the things and I just did it out of there.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, Twister, you're bad luck. When we get pulled over together, please don't talk. I'll do all the talking. Just pretend like you're signing to them, and I'll just tell them that you're deaf, and I'll speak for you.
Oh, that's funny.
That is pretty funny. I just want to hit on our Monster Miles. Oh, you know what I got to do? I got to tell people about my weekend before.
Yes, you do.
I got so sidetracked when you got off. I just lost my whole train of thought. But I had a pretty entertaining weekend, as a couple of you are familiar with, because I told Twister and Hopper about it this morning. And I had a weekend that I was not going to tell anybody about. I was going to keep this to myself and tell everybody about this weekend next winter. But Amy thought it would be good to share, and she thought it was funny. And I really think she, just this much of her just wants everybody to get a good laugh, at my expense. And I give her a
Maybe.
lot of credit because she puts up with a lot of shit. Like we've married 31 years, and I've been doing stupid shit for each and every one of those. So this was just another example of that. But I have good intentions. I had an idea to do a fundraiser, and I want to do a fundraiser at Christmas time, maybe January. But to do that fundraiser, I had to take a class. So I signed up for the class this weekend, and I got down there on Saturday, and the class was a bull riding class. So I signed up to ride a bull because I thought it would be fun to do a fundraiser and see how long ride could last on the back of a bull inside of an arena. I thought people would really get a kick out of that. And, who doesn't like to watch some, old gray-haired, biker get his ass beat by a bull? So I thought I would laugh at that. So I thought it would be a good thing. And so I signed up. I went down to class Saturday morning. I had no idea what to expect. I walked in. I was the only one there who had never been on a bull before. Everybody else was a bull rider, and they were there to improve their skill set from here, from here to here. I was down here hoping to get to maybe here. And so I didn't waste a lot of time on showing me the ropes, which I don't blame them at all, because I went to wasting time on me either. But anyhow, they thought the best way for me to learn how to ride a bull was to go get on the bull and ride it. So Saturday I rode 2 bulls, and Sunday I rode 1. And I have some really funny pictures here. This was my first bull ride of my life. So you guys can see that. That's how that one ended. And Saturday it was a little bit muddy on that end of the arena, so that was not bad. It was kind of soft, and I got dumped. I didn't last that long. I think I lasted longer because it took me a while to fall to the ground. But that was my first ride. And my second ride, you're really going to laugh at. I didn't show you this picture yet, Misty. This was my second ride. And I always say, if you can't laugh at yourself, then you lose your license to laugh at other people. So as a biker, I thought it would be best to use my head as a kickstand when I got bucked off the bull.
Oh.
And I landed with a hockey helmet on, right in the mud and shit, and it was just a mess. And I had a hockey helmet on, and the mud and shit came right through the hockey helmet all the way to my face. And it came right to my face and was packed in so I couldn't even see anything. I stood up. I don't know where the bull is. I'm trying to get the helmet off because it's got 2 inches of muck tied into it. And so then I laughed, and Amy got a kick out of it. So she came down there with me on yesterday. And I was going to ride another 2 bulls, 1 for sure, maybe 2. Was going to be a pretty quick day. So she thought it'd be fun to come down. And so I had the perfect shirt on. Yeah. So I wore my shirt, and I thought, this is perfect, and I was feeling pretty good about riding this bull. I rode 2. I got bucked off pretty quick, and I thought, today's the day I'm going to ride it for a little bit and actually ride the bull instead of just sit on it until I fell off. And that didn't work out so well for me. So unlike Saturday, this bull was fast, and it took right off out of the gate and ran. Well, it bucked a little bit, but it was basically running in a straight line, kind of half-ass bucking. But the second I left the chute, I was already losing my seat. It whipped out of the gate so fast that when it spun, I was already not where I should be. So like 2 bucks into it, I was already losing my way, and I landed, as you see, on my ass and my back, and that was the end of my day. I could barely get to the truck. I pulled muscles in my back, my hip, my leg got smacked by the bull, and it was a pretty comical. So the wife had to baby me last night. I had to use a cane to get up the stairs. This morning I went to the spine center, and they laughed at me and thought only somebody like me would spend 1.5 years at a spine center, just get to the point I'm bragging about how good I feel, and then I go ride a bull and get all beat up. And I was supposed to leave for the taco run tomorrow, at 4 a.m. And that's not happening because today I couldn't even hardly walk. Tomorrow I have to go get my motorcycle. So anyhow, I just wanted to share that. So next December or January, this was my prep. I'm going to try to do that fundraiser. I'm going to ride a bull. We're going to do a live stream. And it was good. And I did listen to my wife because they asked me if I wanted to ride again. And, like, if you're going to be dumb, you better be tough. I figured, yeah, I'll ride again. And then it sunk in how bad I was hurting. Within 15 minutes, I was like, yeah, we're going to go home now. And that was it. So she's right. I did listen to her at the end of the day, but that was good. But so now I'm a little beat up. I'm sitting in my chair comfortably, but if I go to get up, it takes me a minute to get anywhere. I thought I was going to pee my pants trying to get to the bathroom last night. Just getting out of bed and getting to a bathroom, but it's all good. So it was a lot of fun. I've had it on my bucket list when I was 19 years old to ride a bull. So no matter what happens, I can say I rode a bull. And I just would not recommend doing it at 55 years old. If anybody's out there and want to ride a bull, if your driver's license says you're older than 25, I'd have serious thoughts about doing it or not. So it was pretty entertaining. But anyhow, moving on. I did talk a little bit about the taco run because I was going to leave tomorrow morning for it. But that is this weekend. That's a big event. A lot of Hoka Hay riders, a lot of long distance riders, bikers in general. Yeah, Gavin did say don't do that again. He did tell me maybe you shouldn't do that until after his ride. And he wanted me to do it in Texas because I did tell Gavin I was doing this. And he said, can you do it in Texas? And I said, absolutely not. This is going to be done close to home. So if I end up in the hospital, I am next to my house, not far away. So I'm doing this when it comes to the next town over for me has it. So when it comes there, I'm going to do it because then I'll go to my hospital if anything bad were to happen and I can rehab close to home and I'll have the winter to do it. So anyhow, back to the taco run. That's this weekend. It's in Oklahoma. A bunch of people are going to be riding down there. So everybody that's heading out, safe travels down there. It's going to be a great weekend. It's always a fun time down there. Medicine Park, Oklahoma was the starting line and finish line to my very first Hoka Hay in 2018. And I have such fond memories of that place because I met so many people there, for the first time was in that town. So it's a lot of fun. There's a place called Small Mountain Tacos right on Main Street. They host an event. There'll be just hundreds and hundreds of bikers eating tacos, drinking beer, telling stories, and doing a little bit of riding. So it's a lot of fun. Let's see. Our Monster Miles. This week we have chickens. And of course, not just any old chicken. They are roosters. So if you are a flag-toting, there you go. A flag-toting monster out there doing miles and collecting those things. It is a rooster. Anything 3D, no pictures, no murals, nothing like that. So find a chicken and it has to be a rooster. If you don't know the difference between a chicken and a rooster, then take a picture of them all and we'll tell you what a rooster is when you're done. And you can waste time getting 200 pictures of something else. But last week it was fire trucks. And I want to give a congratulations to Tim Mashburn, who went out and found 34 fire trucks. So that was pretty good because they have to be different fire trucks. Jimmy Miller was in second place with 24. And Bobby Oakes was in third place with 21. So that's a great effort by people. It was fun watching it on our other Facebook group, Monster Miles. Seeing what people find and how they find it and where they find these fire trucks. And some get them on the road, some go to fire stations, and that's all just spreading more awareness to what we do. So I think that's pretty awesome. And I just want to touch on one thing about our other groups. The other group, Mile Monsters Inc., I changed the name to over the weekend to Monsters and Heroes because it was always Mile Monsters Inc., the group, and then we had Mile Monsters Inc., the page, which we're broadcasting from right now. Facebook made us get a page when we started Mile Monsters Inc. That group was always mine, always dedicated to different rides and fundraisers, blah, blah, blah. But they made us get a page. Well, I named it the same thing because we didn't have anybody on it. So the other group had thousands of people, which it still does, has thousands more, but we just want to get everybody to migrate to this. So if you're watching this, but you're not following this, then just click that follow button, It helps us when we're dealing with people, because always nowadays, anybody that's going to sponsor us, anybody that's going to help us out, they always want to know how many followers we have, how many people you have on your socials. Like that's really what runs the world. And that's why that Monsters and Heroes, we have 7,000, just under 7,000 people. That brings us a lot of ability. So if we get this page to do the same thing, it'd be awesome. So if you could promote it, get people, invite your friends to like the page. They just have to like the page. And I mean, how can you not like the page? It helps kids and has such an awesome news anchor like our Misty here. And, you know, once a week, you get to see her smiling face on camera. So, I mean, just for that, you should give us a follow and a like the page. This seems pretty simple. All right. Our rides. We have the Monster Gump. I have the Monster Gump coming up on May 11th. That is right here. It starts. Oops. There we go. So it starts in Alabama on May 11th, and that runs from Alabama. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. I'm touching it, but you probably can't see it on your screen. Anyhow, from Alabama out to California, back to the East Coast, up to Maine, out to Seattle, down to Savannah, back to Monument Valley, where we're going to end on the 25th. So on this flyer is a list of towns I will be in every night. So May 11th, that night, I'm going to be in Texas. May 12th, the second night, I'll show up in Santa Monica. I have to go on the pier and get a picture. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to stay in Santa Monica. Next night, Colorado Springs, and so on and so forth. So if you're interested in hitting up with me, I know there's a bunch of people kind of planning. I'll try to get an idea where I'm going to stay. I did kind of have the idea. I was originally going to stay at people's houses and do that, but I may do this Hoka style, sleep next to the bike. Forrest Gump didn't look like he stayed in many nice hotels on that run of his. So I might do that. So stay tuned for that. But I kind of leaning towards I'm going to sleep Hoka style and be a dirty old biker for 15 days next to the bike and do like that. So anyways, and then we have the Monster K on June 21st. We have a flyer for that. I got a bunch of good stuff. Let's see what I do with it. Put things here next to me so I wouldn't forget. And of course I forget. But we got, these aren't the Monster K ones. They're not in here yet. But we got the Hoka poker chips are going to be mailed out soon. So we got poker chips and the cards did come. So I got some cards. That's the Hoka cards. And that is the Monster K cards. So everybody can just write their name in them ahead of time before they pass them out. Back just has a little information and a QR code so you can get them scanned, blah, blah, blah. Jeez, I don't have any hands that work and all that. I held two cards. I dropped them both. And people tell you can be anything. You can be a doctor if you want. It's like, yeah, no, I can't. Not even if I would have cheated on the test. Like, can you imagine my hands trying to operate on somebody? Oh, I'm sorry about that, but that vessel's no good now. Anyhow,
stick to riding bulls.
Yeah, I'll stick to riding bulls and doing stupid stuff. That seems to what I really excel at things that when people shake their head, that always seems to be right in my wheelhouse. I'm always really good at making people go, what? Why would you do that? And then I got myself poker chips for all of my 100,000 mile ride this year. So I think they're a great tool just to hand out to people, and they're relatively cheap. So anybody that's riding our rides, they'll be coming out. We just have a couple more things we're waiting for. So it's trying to get them all in one package to mail out. But the Monster K, today was the deadline. The deadline to fundraise not a deadline, but if you fundraise $300, up to $300, which gets you into the tickets to get a motorcycle. You are eligible to win a motorcycle once you fundraise or donate $300. So anybody who did that today, we decided that we are going to have a little fun and give away a drone. This is the Mini 3, the Mavic Mini 3. And this is cool because this is their first one that has the screen, so you do not need your phone. I have the Mavic Mini 2, and that's really my only, that's really my biggest drawback to it is you have to get your phone. So if I stop my motorcycle, I get the drone, I got to get the phone out. My phone is connected on the bike. Everything's ready to go. So this eliminates that. This is a really nice drone. Whoever wins that, congratulations to you. And we have everybody on a wheel. I want to thank our gal, Little Miss Face Value, who put everybody on a wheel and makes my job super easy. So I can just click like that and put it on the wheel. So now, if everybody's paying attention and all excited, we're going to put spin the wheel and do that. I even did a test run to make sure I know what I'm doing here. So are we ready, Misty?
We are ready.
So you think I'm going to win it? Because I really want to win this drone. And then next week, we will be giving away a Mavic Mini 2 with a few miles on it. But that's pretty fun. But anyhow, all right. So now you'll see your name on there. There's the wheel. I'm not going to list all the names because we don't have time for that. But here we go to spin in 3, 2, 1, spin. All right. Here it comes down to, looks like Jug or Value right in there. Oh, Jug, nice job. I'm actually super happy. I'm super happy that Jug won this because Jug is the one who does all that really cool woodwork for us, all the monster woodwork. Do you have one sitting behind you? You do.
Yes.
That woodwork sitting behind Misty is Jug's work. So that's really awesome. So Marcus,
it is great work.
Yeah, Jug, congratulations. That's super badass that you won that. I have your address. I'll be sending this off to you hopefully tomorrow. If I don't send it off to you tomorrow, you won't get it for about 10 days because I'm leaving on Wednesday morning. So I'll do the best I can to get it tomorrow. So awesome. And he's watching. So you did need to be present to win. Otherwise, I was going to take it from you. So congratulations on being out there and winning it. So that's an awesome score. That's a great win. So, and Value, you did a bunch of really nice work to get this, and you were so close. Did you see on the wheel how close it was? Hold on. Can you see the wheel?
Yeah.
That is like this far away from being Value. Robert's down there saying, "Oh, come on, man, I almost had that." But Value was as close as it gets right there. Awesome. All right. What else we got here? Well, so congratulations on that. That's super awesome. Zoom calls. We got the Hokey Zoom call on the 30th. That is the last Tuesday of the month. We go over some tips. We go over some things like that. And some people were asking me what tourniquet I use. Wrong way. You were asking. Here's my tourniquet. It does not have a name on it. But this is a tourniquet. If you look here, I'll undo it because it's much easier. But this is the tourniquet, and this is what I like about it because it has, get in front of the camera. It has that hook. So when you have it on like that, you wrap it around once, and it's easy to hook. You can see that? So it's super easy to hook and get it in there and use it. So I can go back and see where I got this. I should have something on. I thought there'd be a name on it, but there's not. But that's the telltale that you can tell the good ones all have that. And the rubber part, the stretchy part, doesn't stretch very much, but it also doesn't dry rot. So this one I've had for, I suppose, 4 years now, something like that. And it's still pretty good. I haven't practiced with it yet this winter, so I do have to get a little better at that. But that's it. All right. Let's see. I do have a couple special thanks to hand out. One, I want to thank Stars and Stripes Harley. They are a dealership that is located not too far from my house, and they are my new home dealer. I will be bringing my bike in, and I want to thank those guys over there for getting my bike in and going above and beyond because I had a few extra things. As some of you know, I broke my suspension, which gives me my second special thank you to Legend, who, as soon as they found out that I broke my suspension, put one in the mail. So that was pretty awesome. They didn't hesitate. They didn't say take yours out and mail it in. We'll give you a new one. I mean, they're covered under the warranty regardless, but they really treat me well. And then as a special bonus, they mailed me out a new front end too, because they redesigned some front suspensions and they want a little feedback on what I think of them. So I'm going to pick my bike up tomorrow, and I'm super, super happy that it's going to be all ready to go. I had one of my services done on it, and I'm going to have suspension front and rear all brand new. So I'm pretty excited. But thank you to Stars and Stripes for getting me in, for understanding what we do. That's the biggest thing about having a dealership that we work with, is that they understand what we do and why it's important we're on the road. So I can't be fundraising, I can't be promoting if I'm stuck at home because my bike's in the shop. So they're really good about getting me in and promoting what we do. So that's pretty awesome. And that is all I have. Everything else is yours. I'll just chime in. And yeah, and there was no dice on the honor roll for Riot. I was going to touch on that when our news girl hits the honor roll, because I could not walk yesterday, let alone ride. And I originally told Amy, I said, I got to get home and I have to ride my motorcycle at least a couple miles. And by the time I got home, it was literally all I could do to get in the house and get my pants off that were covered in cow shit and mud and everything else. And that was the end of my day. So again, there'll be no Riot. One honor roll so far, and that's all I got. So anyhow, Misty, what do you got for us?
I have the honor ride started yesterday, which we were talking about. So get out and ride your bike this week. It's gonna get cold here, so I don't know. I rode yesterday, but it won't happen today.
How cold is it?
Wow.
How cold is it supposed to get?
I think down in the 30s at night.
Yeah,
so,
I'm just done with that.
And I am too. Can I ride in that? Yeah, I don't want to though. And rain the next 2 days, 2 to 3 days. I'm over it. I don't know.
It was like 70.
I'll be with you guys in spirit.
Yeah, it was like 75 or 80 degrees at my house today.
It was this weekend, but not now. So I don't know.
Thanks.
So yeah. Anyway, and then Loco's on day 106. And last week we forgot to mention that he did his 100 day on the Tuesday, and I wanted to say give a sign away, and Honor won that, and that was pretty awesome because I know she really wanted that really bad. So that was cool.
very fitting that she won it.
Very fitting.
Honor started it, Loco continued it, and that's pretty cool. So it was cool as she won. I did feel bad that the very next day after we have a Monster Monday, he's at day 100, and I didn't even say one word about it. So Loco, sorry, man.
We wanted to bring you up tonight anyway. So.
Oops.
Yeah. So I don't know if I forgot anything else with that. Otherwise, I'm going on to Hero News. So I have Alfie has not had such a great week this week so far. He got in trouble at school, so he had his phone and his PlayStation taken away. Hopefully he gets it back tomorrow. So good luck with that, Alfie. Alfie doesn't like school, and he's counting the days until summer break. I hear you, Alfie.
It's tough because kids in general don't like school. And then when you're in Alfie's shoes, it is really hard. Like he doesn't like it. He gets frustrated. Kids tease him. He gets frustrated. Everybody tells him, you just gotta let that roll off. You gotta let that go. Man, I'm 55. There is only so much shit I'm gonna let roll off before I explode. So I mean, how do you tell an 11-year-old with his battles to turn the other cheek? That's much easier said than done. So I feel bad for him that school is such a pain in the ass. We went over there to do a monster day at his school, and it had an effect, but doesn't overcome the constant things that he has to deal with. So sorry, Alfie.
Yeah. On a better note, he makes his confirmation on Saturday, so that will be a day of celebration, and Jack will be coming to visit him.
Hey, how does that work? I'm not Catholic. If you make your if you make confirmation and everything's good, now you get to heaven, or is that?
Yeah.
Do you get a free Do you get like a
I'm
free
not
pass?
either, but I think so.
So you get like a free pass then, as long as you go to confession.
I
And
should have asked that. I don't know. I think that's the deal, though. I'm not Catholic, so maybe.
Yeah.
Church, it means you basically got your education.
Yeah,
okay.
and Lutheran means you got your education and you're going to heaven. And
Yeah, I didn't know how it worked, but I thought maybe you got a free pass as long as you try to, maybe make, don't do anything too bad. You got your ticket. You got your ticket punched if you make it to communion.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I'm
I don't
thinking that's what the deal is with that. His room is complete. His bathroom is not quite. So their house is not quite there, but his bedroom is. So he's pretty stoked about that. He's got 2 beds in his room, so because he gets sleepovers a lot. So that's really cool for Alfie. So he's got posters up and his computer desk, and he's pretty happy about that. So that's good.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's Alfie. Moving on to Drew. The Gunthers had some kind of exciting, I don't know if it's exciting, but like straight line winds that came through their yard last night. That's not what they called it, but I think that's what it was because it only hit a couple houses. So it was like 75 mile an hour gusts of wind that came through. They fared pretty well considering. I'm glad it wasn't worse for them. So
yeah, that's crazy. That's a strong wind.
it is, yeah. So
No thanks.
yeah. So prior to that, the weather had been pretty nice for them, and Drew's been outside a bunch enjoying it. He's been playing with his RC car and shooting his gel blaster guns. So he had a video, and it looked like he was a pretty good shot with that too. So
Hey, I just noticed I never pulled my microphone down. This whole time, has it sounded all right?
yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Perfect. I thought that
Yeah.
microphone had to be much closer, but you can see it go up. Like I keep it like up out of the way, and also I look at it, I'm like, my microphone's a long ways away, but I guess
Oh, we hear you just
I don't
fine.
have to have it like that to talk into it. I can have it.
It
5
doesn't
feet
sound
away.
any different.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
No, not really.
Good to know, because I always thought these stupid things had to be like right here in front of your face, talking to them. But if you're out of the way,
I think
that's
they
even
pick
better.
up quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, but I
No,
thought
you're
that was-
fine. That's where am I at? Nest had some wins during her jewelry show this weekend, but it went well anyway for them. So I guess they sold quite a bit of stuff. So that was good. And Steve also said today is Patriots Day. It's celebrated in like 6 states. And it was also the Boston Marathon. So the 3rd Monday in April recognizes the Battle of Lexington and Concord, as well as the aftermath of the shot heard around the world. I don't want to get into history too much. That's Dylan's place. But it's celebrated with historical reenactments, sporting events, and parades. So interesting fact about the Gunthers. They moved to Boston for a year for Steve to attend law school. And it was first day of work was the Boston Marathon bombing in 2013. So he was off work the rest of the week because everything was on lockdown as they had a manhunt for the bomber. So pretty crazy, scary deal.
I remember that. That seemed like it was.
I think
That seemed like it was much. It didn't seem like it was that long ago.
I know. I looked it up because I wasn't sure. I did a little research on it, but yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought that was like 5 years ago. That's
I know.
crazy.
I know. So that's crazy.
Yeah. My buddy Billy says put the microphone in front of their face. It not only sounds better, but it looks better. So I'll just talk like this now. Be like, Billy sent me a message that says this is perfect.
I hear you loud and clear. Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I have a picture of Billy I'll put up on the next show. Anyhow.
Moving on to Jack. Jack had a busy week at school with tests and project work coming due. So not much fun for Jack. So that made me think, as the saying goes, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Just kidding, Jack. That's jokes. Just seemed fitting for this week. So there was no hammer time last week, and this week it may be postponed as well. So stay tuned Friday for sure to see if he'll be on. He's having some issues with his electric wheelchair, so they have to get it repaired. So not sure if it'll be happening Friday.
We'll do a live show from the taco run if not.
Okay,
So we'll fill in something.
there you go. So we got something to watch. That leads me to Mr. Gavin. The good with Gavin, actually great news, is he's maintaining his mobility. He found out that his right leg has stayed the same and his left leg is 2% better with mobility, which is huge.
Yeah,
So-
just staying the same is huge.
It
If you have a muscle wasting disease, if you can not waste any, that's huge. So to have an improvement, that shows you Gavin's taking his ride and his want very seriously. So Gavin, man, I'm super proud of you for kicking ass like that, because that's not easy going to therapy like you do, and it'd be much easier just to go hang out at home like other kids get to do. But you man up and you want to go on this ride. You want to see 48 states and in under 10 days, and you want to keep your legs working, and you're willing to work hard to do it. And that takes a lot of dedication for somebody, especially 9 years old, to dedicate like that, man. So that's pretty awesome.
That was great news when I heard that. I thought that was incredible. And last week at therapy, they hit on a lot of things. They want to have Gavin measured to what they call a standard. This helps with posture and circulation and other various things, Jessica said. They also need to get a mobility scooter before the new school year.
Yeah,
This is
Gavin
how
told me he needed a scooter, but I wasn't sure. Like, I was going to ask the mom, did they say like a mobility scooter? Is that just like not the power chair, but just like people?
I think like a scooter.
Like you sit in them. Like the ones you sit in or the ones you stand on?
No, I think it's a standing scooter, to my understanding. But I'll verify that with Jessica. But they said it was a scooter. So,
yeah, that's what I didn't know what they called a scooter. If it's just a stand on it and then cruise along.
I'm in here.
Yeah, he'd be cruising the hallways. Yeah, must just be a stand on one.
Oh, sitting.
What is
She
sitting?
said sitting. Okay, I apologize. I was thinking more of a electric standing scooter.
Yeah,
thing.
I didn't know what it was, so I think that's something we should help Gavin with. So we'll have to get some details on that and see what the monsters can do to help him with a scooter. Maybe we can trick that thing out a little bit.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Starting new school year, and we'll need something cool. Fancy wheel.
Yeah, he came off of a tough week, last week. And then, so the scooter and going to the new school, and, there'll be a lot of changes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's we should get him on, runs on nitrous. That's just what he needs. Yeah, push the red button, Gavin.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be advised. I don't think Miss Miller is going to allow that until he's in the new school. She'll be done dealing with the monsters once and for all once Gavin gets out of school.
So the scooter will be how he'll manage to get around next school year. So Cassie, his PT, said that this is going to help him have more freedom. So that's really important for him. So
yeah,
it's really important for him to have that.
And what people don't understand is you get, there's only so much you can do in a day with the muscles that you have available. There's only so much you can do. So if Gavin uses all his energy and all his muscle time, so to speak, at school, walking the halls, that when he comes home, he can't do that stuff. The muscles are shot. So hopefully this will allow for that time to be used for a little more entertaining things than just getting down the hallways. So that'd be pretty good. Yeah. I see Dylan's comment here about how, like, I would say that endorsing. Like, I don't know that I would oppose. I can't say we would endorse, but I do say we would encourage.
Yeah, encourage would be a good word.
Like, if we buy Gavin a scooter, then I think we should buy the rest of the school a scooter as well. Just another one. So you have a blue one and a red one, and then people can challenge him to a race. And then they can set it up like, I'll race you from the library back to class, and then they can just go and give the kids. We'll provide them with a blue and a red scooter and a blue and a red helmet, and there you go. What could go
what
wrong?
Can go wrong?
Yeah, and then we'll just have we'll just have it say, proudly brought to you by, and then we'll just make something up like we'll put the town's police department or something on there. So when anything bad goes, they're like, well, this was provided by the police department. How bad could it be? This must be good.
Must be great.
Yeah. Oh, that's too funny.
That is. So they also have to get a new AFO, which Jessica said is basically a $3,000 hunk of plastic and metal that he sleeps in to keep his foot or feet flexed and stretched overnight. I looked that up and it's like ankle, foot, and then I couldn't pronounce the word. I'm learning this stuff, but
you're gonna be a damn doctor by the time you're done with the news.
Maybe, I don't know. She'll probably chime into what it is, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. So all of these items though mean that Gavin is a few steps closer to needing to shop for a handicap van. So
yeah, and that's the steps that come, and the reality of the things are very hard. It's like, you encourage this, and it's just the disease just progresses. So that's why living your best life is so important. But also, I hope that somewhere out there, some doctor is putting two things together and being like, holy shit, this works, and a lot of people don't think that'll happen, but there's been disease after disease after disease that some guy, some gal figured out, two things that went together, something into a shot, something works, and they didn't have it yesterday and they have it today. So I hope that's what it is. In the meantime, I'm all about anything they need, to make it better. But man, I sure hope that day comes in the very near future. And the way things are advancing, you never know when that day is going to come. If it's next week, the week after, next year, or whatever. But I sure hope it comes soon. And in the meantime, we're going to keep planning, because the van that's going to be needed in the future, will be needed. That's reality. As Drew's van was needed, turbo, Drew, and if Gavin needs one, you can rest assured we're going to find some way next year. There'll be a Monster 250. We'll have 100 days. We'll have 250 riders, or a Monster 300, or whatever we do. We're going to be planning it. So next year we're doing something epic, and it'll be so stay tuned for that. But Gavin, rest easy. Whatever you need, we're going to find a way to unite the world behind getting you what you need.
That leads me to Gavin had a bad day last week. We're hoping this week goes a lot better for him. 2 of the 3 kids in his class have been moved out of his class. The school is not playing games when it comes to bullying. And I want to thank Iceman for coming to the rescue last week for Gavin. So I don't know if, I was just going to say that's what the monsters are here for, is to be in the corner for these heroes. So I don't know if you saw the video or not, but be sure to have Kleenex ready if you do. So
yeah, that video, like the emotion of that is crazy. And I really am happy. That school is so good for Gavin. I knew they'd have no tolerance for the bullies and being mean. And kids are just kids. It's not like you got to ruin a kid's life for being a dick to somebody, because that's just the nature of boys. It is. Can be an asshole, and they just rough, and they've been that way forever. They'll be that way forever. But I hope they get the message. I hope the kid learns, but at that age, you're not going to understand what Gavin has or what he has to go through. They just, They're just not. So that's why we've tried our best to teach the kids that kind of stuff. But even with that, you're going to have some mishaps, and yeah, kids are that, and that's just the way it is, and but that video of Gavin was so emotional. Like, I've known Gavin a long time. We've been through a lot together, and I've only seen him like that a couple times, where you get the raw emotion where it just overflows. So that was very, very moving. So, and it was just perfect, timing, for Jason to give him that hand. And it's just weird how things work, because we just mailed him that hand.
Yeah.
The week before he got that week before, and it was like the perfect gift who got to Gavin just a different way. So Jason got that hand because, he was out scoring all the things of our first week of the Monster Mile. So it was just really nice to see the monsters like pulled together for him, and it was pretty cool.
Happier note. Gavin is counting down the summer break. 32-ish days.
Gonna be quick.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's pretty good. That leads me to Turbo. Turbo's leaving for a cruise, Disney cruise, on the 21st. And poor Nicole is pretty stressed right now. His sister's really sick, and she's trying to quarantine everybody so nobody else gets sick. So praying for you guys to get better and nobody else gets sick, and so you can all be healthy and enjoy your trip next week. So
yeah, that's tough, keeping it quarantined when you live in the same house.
Yeah, poor Kimmy, but
good luck with that.
Hopefully it's just a bug, and they get over it pretty quick. So I'm not sure on Turbo time tomorrow. I didn't hear. We'll just play it by ear. So
if it's on, it'll be right here on this channel as well.
Yep, 5 Pacific. So that is my news.
Awesome. That's all I have. So every week I think, oh, well, this would be nice and quick, nice and short. Still 45 minutes. So I don't know. People have thanks for tuning in for 45 minutes.
Yes.
In today's day and age, if it's not a reel that lasts 15 seconds, usually lose people, but it's all good. So you got 45 minutes to kill during the week. Go ahead and watch us. All good. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for gathering all that news. Thanks for picking up the 2 new items that got shifted from Riot's side of the table to Misty's side of the table. And now that is 4, 5, 6. I figure that another 4 to 6 months, I'll be completely out of here. And everything will have shifted to Misty, and this will be Misty's Monster Monday. So that's the goal in 6 months, to have this be the Triple M show, Misty's Monster Monday. So keep that in mind when you no longer see it. So it'll look a lot like. See, that has a nice look to it, right? Like, just so that's what the new Triple M. The new Triple M 6 months from now will look.
Yep, I got it.
That's awesome. All right. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your week. We'll see everybody at the taco run who's going to be at the taco run. If you're not going to be at the taco run, keep watching pictures. See Dylan. Look for pictures. You'll be there in spirit. I'm going to be there having lunch Friday with Twister. We're going out to have some ham sandwiches at a hamburger place. So she'll know what I'm talking about. But anyhow, that's that. So peace out, everybody. Thanks, Misty. See ya.
Thank you.